business. Smooth sailing throughout the game. At different points we saw them, we tracked their journey, and they looked good. But I didn't know they were looking this good. Picking up the win is very, very nice for them here.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the win that is exciting, it's the amount of eliminations they were able to pick up in the process, which actually gave them all this loot. And there was a moment of pause toward the end game. You saw them dropping weapons, the heisted breacher going on over to Axe Force, the heals going on over to Robop. They knew exactly what to do in that 2v2 situation, and they played it perfect.
Yeah, nicely done from that duo, but so much all across the board in that game that we're going to have to track and take a look at. We saw so many different teams falling at different points. I think the big thing here, right, is we're looking as we head into the halfway point, which teams have finally started to step up. And I still feel like there's a couple that we're going to be looking at going, hold on a minute, we're 3 games in and you're yet to really make an impact here in this lobby. Guys like Robop, guys like Axe Force, they're going to be there to step up if the others will not and take their opportunity. Once again, a very, very big game for the Swedes.
Yeah, and you saw the amount of spacings players jumped up after last game alone. Some 20, some 30. With game 3 done and over with, let's see who else jumped up the leaderboard.
Thank y'all so much. My oh my. As Levin pointed out, and I think this is a fantastic point, we are halfway through day number 1 here in EU. And remember, we're playing a set of weeks where we're earning a total number of points, and then top 50 will go into grand finals. So really, duos, they have to start performing well if they want to find themselves in the finals later on. But as we shift back over to the winners, Robab, Axe Force, man, you know, Vivid, when you look up on high ground, you know, you're setting your cam, you challenge them, they say nope. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe they've burned through some resources. And then Robab's like, yeah, I've got like 2 sets of splashes, you know, I've got a chug, like, I'm good to go, bro. Let's go and heal off.
Yeah, for a majority of this game, right, they were able to just chill up on high ground and kind of just build out. But there was a moment, like Zeke mentioned, where Cammy and Seti looked poised to actually take it as they did find themselves ahead of zone. They looked back, almost chopped them out, but Robab and Axe Force were just way too hot in terms of recognizing what was happening very, very quickly, and were able to just make sure that they stayed up on the higher ground. And the one thing that I loved watching this duo is that they actually kept interchanging who was holding this flapjack rifle throughout this endgame based on who was going to be the more aggressive one, and it just worked so well for them, Minnie.
And the reason why they were just able to hold it for so long was Axe Force. You can see it in his inventory. He actually has that Breacher shotgun, that exotic Breacher, which breaks builds instantly. And combined with the spray from Robab throughout the whole of that endgame with the flapjack, he can just keep spraying non-stop, non-stop. And that's why Cammy and Seti had such a difficult time going all the way up on height. Nobody stood a chance. And even as you mentioned there, Vivid, the little swap to Axe Force for that flapjack rifle, he actually was able to drop down and use that later on. Of course, Robab had all the heals in the world. That was a textbook performance on how to play height this season.
The coordinated assault, right? Hey, I'm right here. You see me? You got eyes up there? This wall. Flapjack down. Crazy stuff. Let's take a look at the standings. Now that we're halfway through just day number 1 here, this is where things are going to start to cement themselves just a little bit. Right now, it's more important than ever to step up and try and get those series points. You're trying to aim as high up on that leaderboard as you possibly can. Now, of course, we saw a couple victory royales come out. Maybe this one will be enough for Robab and Axe Force to finally jump up. Last game, we saw a duo move up 30 places, Vivid. Could this be the game for these guys?
I think they got to be in first place right now. I mean, we talked about last game. They had so many eliminations. This one, they just followed up that performance as well. But I want to give a big shout out to the solo clutches that we've seen game after game after game. And this time around, it was actually Cammy's turn.
Yeah, Cammy with a great solo clutch right there. We talked about them trying to go for that height, trying to make that big, bold play. And when they went down, we thought, oh no, this is a disaster. We can see them, though, in 5th place in the standings. And as we predicted, of course, Robab and Axe Force all the way up on top.
You love to see it. 183 points. The Victory Royale there, paired up with all of those eliminations. My, oh my. It just takes one good game, and suddenly you can find yourself fighting for that top 10. Now, guess what? We actually have something really special here. We have an interview with a member from our community now. Dion, first off, welcome to the broadcast. Now, I'm sorry, I don't speak Dutch, so I can't pronounce your YouTube channel name. Can you just say it?
Yeah, of course. In Dutch, it is te veel gevraagd. And do you know what it is in English? Can you guess?
No.
No.
It is too much asked in English.
Yeah, listen, I would have pronounced that so wrong, but hey, it's fantastic to have you here. How are you enjoying the first 3 games on the day of the FNCS so far?
Bro, the tension is so high. The skill is also so high. I love to see it. It's just great. It's great. Yeah.
Of course, brand new season as well. Fortnite Wilds is out. What's been sort of like your favorite thing about it? New POIs, new weapons, and sorts like that?
Yeah, the map looks really great. The jungle in the middle, it looks great. And also the cloak gauntlets. I love to be invisible, so that's one of the most favorite things for me in the game. But one thing I don't really like is I would love more movement. That's the only thing.
More movement. Well, of course, we do have movement in the form of rifts. Now, that rift island actually does spawn in throughout the game. Of course, in FNCS, you actually get 15 points for claiming that rift island. If you were in this lobby, if you were playing in this FNCS, would you take the risk? Would you go up to that rift island and try and claim the points?
Oh, the risk is maybe too high. If you die, it's not worth it, the 15 points. So I would play more careful and not go for it. But if you get it, it's great. You get loot, you get everything you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, do you have anything to say to the Dutch community out there?
Keep up the good work. Keep going for the wins, for the kills, and go grind the game, because we only have one duo right now, the fully Dutch duo, who is doing great, Kiro and Marijn. Kiro and Marijn, if I pronounced good. Just keep it up. Keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, man, where can people find you guys? Because I can't say the name, but where can they find you?
Well, you can find us Te Veel Gevraagd. If you can, you can also go to Google Translate and search up Too Much Asked in Dutch, and that's the word you have to look up, and you'll find us on Instagram, every platform, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere.
Perfect, man. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it, and we hope you enjoy more of the action coming up.
Yes, thank you.
There you go. You'll love to see it. Well, guess what? We're jumping right back into the action. This is game number 4 of the FNCS.
Let's just hop right into game number 4. No more waiting. Let's just do it.
It's time. Game number 4, the first game of the half. And this is where teams, even though they didn't get like an extended break between games 3 and games 4, you needed to have taken every single second. Think about every single play and learn what changes you are going to make. Even if some might say first place is out of reach, you still want as many series points underneath your belt as possible, because it's the top 50 who advance.
And off the bat, just what we want to be seeing. The battle between Skydune and Shaykos and Queasy and Vino here at the secluded Spire. It has been a quick 3-0 for Shaykos and Skydune. The first time this whole chapter that we've seen Queasy and Vino be 3-0'd. And I think it's